It's a late season Coast North battle with some playoff implications on the line as we come to you live from inside of the Lions Den here in Silicon Valley on the campus of De Anza College in Cupertino, California, as tonight it will be the College of San Mateo Bulldogs at 16-9, 4-7, and the Coast North, who are tied for fourth with the De Anza Mountain Lions at 10-15 overall and 4-7 in Coast North play. And hello, everybody. Welcome to NorCal Sports TV. This is Philip Hall on the call. Happy to be with you for this Friday evening edition of 3C 2A Men's Hoops. And we are getting down to the nitty-gritty, folks. as these games, with the remaining games remaining in the regular season, have high importance as the Bulldogs find themselves in a favorable position for postseason play as they hovered around the 3C 2A top 25 for the majority of the season with just 3 regular season games remaining, including tonight. As on Wednesday, they did fall to the number 2 ranked City College of San Francisco, 82-62, but that doesn't sway them from postseason play as their overall record and their strong start that they had to open up the year really has helped them stay in the playoff picture. But they currently are in a 3-way tie for 4th place with the Anza and Kenyatta coming into tonight as they're hoping to break out of that to secure 4th place, which could be the threshold for the team to get that last 24 spots in the NorCal Regionals. On the other side for De Anza, they are trying to shake off a tough loss against Ohlone back on Wednesday where they fell 96-80 as they were just out-rebounded heavy by the Renegades. But Joe Bertizovich still is confident that his team can push the rest of the way to close out the regular season strong and hope to be in that top 24 conversation to still make NorCal Regionals, even if it is them coming by way of a lower seed. We're going to see how things play out here as this is set to be a good matchup. These teams have already seen each other this year as De Anza did upset San Mateo back on January 21st when San Mateo were a top 25 team in the 3C2A rankings where they were able to win 80-75. That game was a pretty high-scoring affair where the Mountain Lions came out on top against the Bulldogs 80-75. And you just think about, what these teams bring to the table offensively. We should expect to see the same kind of matchup. Gio Bravelli was the team leading scorer in that game with 20 points on 4 3-pointers. But the players have now hit the court. We're going to give you the starting 5 for both sides. As for San Mateo, they're bringing out DeMarcus Collins, Ben Liang, Jeremy Piero, Kayshawn Johnson, and Wilson Tran. For De Anza, a small change in the starting rotation as Caden Tanger gets the start tonight. Makai Thomas, Gio Bravelli, Theo McDowell, and Isaac Cisse round out the order. As the tip is up, and it's won by De Anza. We're underway here in Cupertino. Our referees tonight, crew chief is Iskar Holloway, Dwayne Ely, and Derek Shiwi are the sideline referees. De Anza trying to get back into the win column, and they're hoping that they can take care of their competition in their final 3 games remaining. Bravelli trying to get something going here out the gate, but not able to hit the mid-range jumper. Here comes San Mateo on offense for the first time tonight. Pulling up from deep on the right wing, nothing but nylon by Jeremy Piero to open up the scoring as San Mateo draws first blood. Jeremy Piero is the top scorer for the Bulldogs, averaging 13 points per game and is a 41.2% field goal shooter. But he has been the key contributor to San Mateo's turnaround season as Makai Thomas able to get one to go to get De Anza on the board. Remember, folks, last year San Mateo, they only had 7 wins overall and only 2 wins in conference play. But with their 8th-year head coach and Mike Marcial continues to be productive for him. And talk about production, Jeremy Piero again from a similar spot, knocking down a deep one. Gives San Mateo a 6-2 lead still early. Cross-court pass. Bravelli kicks left him to Thomas. Now with the DHO, back to Bravelli. Caden Tanger going to hand it off to Theo McDowell. He's at the top of the key. Shot clock down to 7, trying to work in the post. Getting trapped inside heavy, but able to get the shot up for the deuce. Theo McDowell had a pretty solid night despite the loss against Ohlone. Trying to go for his 3rd straight 3 was Jeremy Piero, but not able to hit it. Kai Thomas on the boards per usual. San Mateo kind of setting up a bit of a 5-on-5, but they're having more protection on the perimeter. Here goes McDowell. Bounce pass inside and smoking the layup with contact was Tanger, not able to get it to finish. You see Keyshawn Johnson having a big presence there in the low post. From the corner for 3 off the iron by Ben Liang. It's going to go out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Bulldogs. Look back at that shot made by Theo McDowell. Try to hook it up down to the last second. Again, his game has primarily been high percentage shots, which he has provided all season. Missing the mid-range jumper from the elbow was Wilson Tran. And there's a foul in transition. I'll just kind of give you a report on what the standings look like in the Coast North. We mentioned that even though with these teams being just 3 games under 500 with their conference record, talking to my producer Levi, we kind of gave like a 3C, 2A bracketology analogy when it comes to trying to break down what the top 24 could look like for the NorCal Regionals set to begin in a couple of weeks, as both of these teams do still find themselves in that playoff picture, and San Mateo and Anza, depending on what the result is tonight, could get themselves into 4th place, which can allow for them to get one of those last 24 spots. It may not be a high seed, but at least get them in the show. Gio Bravelli trying to answer from deep, not able to hit. Because you think about strength and schedule with teams like San Francisco and Las Positas being in the top 10 for the majority of the year, but even San Mateo having some runs in the top 25 and De Anza getting an upset win against them while they were ranked. That does help with De Anza's chances. There's a foul inside, and going to the line for free throws will be Ben Liang. Caden Tanger found him a little bit too hard. Ben Liang, the freshman out of San Francisco by way of Galileo High School, going to be going to the line here for free throws. He misses the first one. San Mateo are a pretty solid free throw shooting team, shooting 71.8% on the season as a squad. Able to get the lone one to go was Liang. Liang is the top free throw shooter on the Bulldogs, shooting 87.8% at the charity stripe on the season. Thomas couldn't get the finish inside. Got met on the backboard. Here's Liang. He'll go over to Keyshawn Johnson. Piero kicking it to the left to the corner. Trying to find DeMarcus Collins. Piero around the elbow, trying to get the shot up. He does chuck it up, and Jeremy Piero lighting fire to the nylon early for San Mateo. Give him 3 made three-pointers in the half so far. Anza is going to call a timeout. We'll look back at the replay of the three-point shot from the sophomore out of Fresno by way of Clovis East High School. 10-4, Bulldogs lead the Mountain Lions. A 30-second timeout. Joe Particevich trying to talk it over with his guys, and Mountain Lions coming out a little bit slow to start things off tonight in a crucial battle with San Mateo. Thomas going over to the left, and three-point shot not able to hit by Gio Bravelli, but underneath getting the foul in the bucket is Theo McDowell. Not giving up on a possession. He'll go to the line for a three-point play. San Mateo, they have had quite the presence inside of the paint early on. McDowell not able to capitalize on the three-point play. Here come the Bulldogs of Alicio Blythe coming off the bench. Piero matching up with Bravelli, having to work out from the hash mark. Decides to use that pick from Wilson Tran. And he finds an opening. Man, Jeremy Piero cannot be stopped, folks. He has been on it in this half. Give him 4 triples. Ravelli thought about it. Let's go to McDowell at the top. Got sandwiched there of Johnson and Blythe. They do get Tanger an open, and he gets the look and gets the triple to go. Caden Tanger getting a 3-ball to fall for De Anza. They cut the deficit within 4 now. Piero, watch out. He's got the hot hand. Kick it to the corner to Blythe, and he will answer from deep. Isaiah Blythe, freshman out of Belmont, knocking that one down. And a missed attempt. 3 by Ravelli from the corner. Coming right down the middle and trying to finish in was Liang, but couldn't do it. Even on the reload by Tran, wasn't successful. And the kick ball call is going to reset. So Isaac Cisse, he will hit the charger. He will take a breather on the bench. So will Gio Bravelli. Couple substitutions being made for De Anza as that will bring on Josh Villanueva and Desan Poston. McDowell bounce pass, trying to go backdoor to Poston, pull up Jay, not able to answer. It's Collins. We'll go to Blythe, trying to look in. Tran across the middle. Collins finding space from the corner. Downtown and all around. It goes down for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are just launching it from deep here in this one so far. 6 threes made total. Make it 19-9 with 13:31 left in the first half.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209 or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
So the Bulldogs with a 10-point advantage over the Mountain Lions, they have been able to live and die by the three-point shot since the tip-off, as each of their field goals made so far in the game have come by way of the three, making 6 in total. And keep in mind, folks, this San Mateo team only shoots 33.8% from deep on the season. So a team that lacks in three-point shooting has come out against De Anza just letting it fly, letting it loose. Here we go, back from the timeout break. De Anza may have to work a little bit more harder in defending the perimeter, since that is where the Bulldogs haven't taken care of business against them. The baseline drive on the floater, not able to get that one to go, and it's going to go out of bounds. Poston was trying to look for the opening. You see he got beat up pretty tight over on the baseline, as providing that defense coming off the bench was Joseph Smith-Mitchell, whereas number 23, wearing the white elbow band. McDowell with the shot clock at 8. He'll go to Tanger. Tanger now works his way in, pulling up for the mid-range. A little bit off balance, but not able to get it to go. Now here comes Collins. Collins is inside to Smith-Mitchell. Matching up with McDowell. Tanger bringing the double team with McDowell, and is loose on the floor. There's a floor scramble. Desan Poston trying to grab it. And it's going to be a jump ball. But it will be in favor for San Mateo, the possession arrow in their direction. Here comes Keshawn Johnson returning into the game. So inbound play. Gonna get drawn up for the Bulldogs. There's Blythe on the receive. Johnson giving the handoff in the pick. Caden Thacker now in for the Mountain Lions. Matching up. Trying to go baseline was Collins. Had to catwalk it. They swing out to the top. Blythe's three-point shot missed, and then there was a push on the rebound. Josh Villanueva taking the brunt of it. Joseph Smith-Mitchell got booked for that foul. Now full court trap being set up by the Bulldogs. It's over 12 minutes left to go in the first half. San Mateo up 19-9 here in Cupertino. In a game where hopes to make the playoffs do hang in the balance. Thomas, pull-up jumper, nice and smooth for number 2. He's going to have to get more open looks. They have seen improvement in trying to defend the perimeter. Blythe is going to go out to Damon Young, number 24 now in the game. Blythe trying to drive for the layup. Couldn't do it successfully. Thomas up with the rebound. Trying to go coast to coast. Not to pump the brakes, but gives it to Poston, who hits the long ball. Cash money. Actually, Wolf ruled that one a 2. He did have his foot on the line. Oh, and how about that? The hesitation on the driving side, Keyshawn Johnson. Still an 8-point advantage for San Mateo. Anza starting to find a little bit of life here. There's Thacker. Gonna give it on the handoff to Poston. Now it's off to Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Villanueva can't hit the 3. Solid job by San Mateo. They have been successful in winning their defensive possessions. Blythe on the wing, guard up with Villanueva. Now they'll go to Young. Collins thought about it, couldn't find an open look. Instead, he sets up from the wing from deep. No good on the 3. Thomas with another rebound. Mackay crossing up, pulling up from 3. Nothing but nylon. Mackay Thomas with the big answer. A cutting Damon Young inside gets the layup. I caught Anza napping there. Could have had a stop. There's Poston. Gonna give it to McDowell. Trying to go in. Villanueva pump fake. Thacker on the left wing. Anza's gonna have to hurry. Poston goes to the corner. Villanueva able to answer. ATM. Easy money. Josh Villanueva, the freshman from San Jose. It's one town over. Mateo trying to get an answer back. Blythe missing the 3-point attempt. Try to work inside. Theo McDowell able to get it to the cup. San Mateo's going to need a timeout. Anza finding some life here. Big shots coming from Josh Villanueva. And Theo McDowell, the top scorer for the Mountain Lions, trying to lead his team as they have now made a one-possession game here in Cupertino. So Anza is starting to wake up a little bit on the offensive end as we return here to the Lions Den with 8:30 left to go in the first half. College San Mateo, who have been knocking down the three balls. Now back on January 21st, they only went 7 for 29 from behind the arc against Anza. It's kind of helped Anza get the 5-point win over them, but their season high as a team, they were able to land 13 threes in a game. Not able to get the reload was Wilson Tran. Those 13 threes, they actually tied their season high. First time it happened was on New Year's Eve against Lassen. They went 13 for 28, and then they did it, or excuse me, that was on November 25th when they did it against Coalinga. And then they tied their season high for threes in the game against Lassen on New Year's Eve, going 13 for 28. How about that? Jeremy Piero not having to take a three to get the bucket to go on the layup drive. San Mateo, they could be hit or miss when trying to go for home runs. You think about where they are in the season. Those three balls do play a factor, and every shot can determine the flow of the game. Out of bounds on the deflection by Wilson Tran. Anza trying to get the passing flow in order. Josh Villanueva working from the top here, pulling up. Not able to get it, but how about Isaac Cisse on the rebounds? But he rushed the pass. And it's going to go out of bounds, Bulldog ball. Yeah, but that was a possession that the Mountain Lions wish they could get back. Here's Tran, guarding up with Cisse. Trying to work his way in, gets double teamed with McDowell and Cisse. Now they have to give it off to Johnson. Johnson not wanting to dance with McDowell, but there's the switch. Liang tried to fake out McDowell. Too strong off the window, couldn't get the shot to go. There's Thomas, just in front of the logo. Now Isaac Cisse finds an opening. Oh, in and out from three. Who put grease on the rim that time? And Isaac Cisse wish he could get that one back, but there was a foul on the rebound attempts. Yeah, Theo McDowell kind of got popped and grabbed without a rebound about Jeremy Piero. It looked like the foul was booked on Anza, not San Mateo. So a questionable call by the refs. Could have gone the other way. DeMarcus Collins going downhill on the reverse drive. Makes that now a 27-21 lead for San Mateo. Makai Thomas trying to work in the post, pulling up from the elbow. Shot just off the tip of the rim. Bravelli guarding up with Collins, who got the pass to Tran, but they're going to call an offensive foul. Deshaun Poston will check back into the game, and even during his time on the bench getting a water break, kind of questioning some of the decisions that Isaac Cisse was making with the passes. Now they have the pause here, trying to wipe the floor, clean up some moisture on the court. There's a deafening silence inside of the Lions Den, I will say. Oh, they're back to play now. A light full court trap being brought by San Mateo, but Makai Thomas right at the logo. Trying to go to work here. Anza does have the floor spaced out. And Tanger trying to get the pass here, but happening right in front of them was Isaac Cisse falling to the floor. That foul was booked on San Mateo. A push was called. I think they booked that one on DeMarcus Collins. So Anza will reset on the inbound play. And again, they're going to have to wipe the moisture off the court. So they're going to have to do some cleaning here to get things back going, but we will return to play. Caden Tanger on the inbound duties. We give it to Cisse, now back to Tanger. San Mateo trying to go for a zone focus on defense. Here's the Hassan Poston, ball in hand. Chucks up the shot way off the mark. Probably not the one he should have taken, especially with a little bit of time left on the shot clock. San Mateo trying to get out of the dry spell. It's going to go back to the Mountain Lions. San Mateo let another one get away. Joe Particevich trying to be more communicative, trying to keep his guys in order, knowing that this is a game that the Anza are definitely going to need, especially with a big matchup coming up next Wednesday where they're going to see the 22nd ranked Chabot Gladiators in Hayward. McDowell working in, unable to draw the foul. So he'll go to the line for two. Keyshawn Johnson in the wrong spot. It's another foul. Going to be booked on San Mateo. They're now up to 5 team fouls. Theo McDowell back to the charity stripe, trying to look for some tax-free points. Keep in mind, folks, he loves to go to the free throw line, ranking top 5 in the state in free throws made. He's going to get the first one to fall. That is one thing that we haven't really seen a whole lot in this first half. You know, these teams haven't really been able or haven't been doing a lot of fouling. When you talk about fouls on shots, Neil McDowell goes 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. So it's been slightly clean, but the fouls that have been called have been mostly, off-ball calls. Piero going to give it off to DeMarcus Collins. Swinging around Smith Mitchell. He'll go to Liang. Now it's Tran. Tran trying to work around Cisse. They kick to the outside. DeMarcus Collins hitting the triple. That's another three that goes for the Bulldogs. The majority of their points have come by way of the long ball. Here's McDowell. Over posted on the wing. They'll go to Tanger. Shot clock at single digits. It's down to 8. Tanger trying to look for free hands. He does in Cisse. But Cisse gets booked with the travel. And Joe Participant shaking his head at that one. But Mike Marcial, head coach for San Mateo in his 8th season, has to be very impressed by the way that his San Mateo Bulldogs have come out tonight. Knocking down the 3 ball, winning on the boards, trying to clean it up on the defensive possessions as well. Kick to the corner to Collins. Piero faking out Tanger. He'll go to Collins from 3, not able to go off the end of the rim. Makai Thomas adding another rebound to his totals. Cisse over to Theo McDowell from the corner spot. Try to work in. Cross-court pass to Cisse. High arcing three-point shot. Can't get it. But McDowell coming through with the deflection on the rebound. Now it's Hassan Poston's turn. He's not able to hit from 3. Yeah, Anza trying to play a little bit copycat with San Mateo. They trying to go for quite a few attempts from outside. How about Jeremy Piero going downhill with it? It's going to be a timeout called by San Mateo. Jeremy Piero getting another one added on. Now making it a 9-point lead with just 2:55 left in the first half in Cupertino.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209 or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
And welcome back to NorCal Sports TV for tonight's coverage of 3C2A men's basketball in the Coast North Conference. It's Philip Hall on the call with you, with San Mateo up 32-23 on De Anza with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to play in the first half. As you know, this San Mateo team, you just look at the metrics when it comes to their three-point shooting, which has really been the benefactor to their lead that they have had here tonight. They are 58th in three-pointers made per game, just averaging 6.3 as a unit, and even 71st in three-point attempts per game at 18.7, and 23rd in the state percentage-wise. So it's a bit of an oddity when you think about how well San Mateo has come out tonight, just knowing that they're not the greatest three-point shooting team in California. But if this could be a sign for how they want to finish the season down the stretch, where they want to go for more of an emphasis on outside scoring, then I will say that this test run against De Anza, if this is a test for them, is working. There's a kickball call on the court as Ben Liang is going to check in on the charger, and coming back on is Keyshawn Johnson. The bounce pass inside on the inbound and getting the basket to go, Wilson Tran. San Mateo are also 82nd in the state for three-point percentage in conference. And so very low on the chart as far as a three-point shooting team, not really their forte. Makai Thomas getting the shot to go on the mid-range J. De Anza not letting the score get out of hand as the first half is beginning to wind down. Tran with the pass over to Collins. Goes back into Ben Liang. Now it's Tran, the turnaround. Oh, and how about that? Keyshawn Johnson fighting on the boards for the reload and the putback. Keyshawn Johnson, one of the best rebounders in the Coast North. He's top 10 in the category, rebounds per game. Gio Ravelli getting a score. Gio Ravelli, who's been a little bit off in this first half, getting himself on the board point-wise tonight. Keyshawn Johnson again with another finish inside. High percentage scorer is Keyshawn Johnson's game. The sophomore also from Fresno by way of Bullard High School shoots a team best 57.4% from the field. Thomas on the pull-up, off the heel. McDowell tried to keep it in, but he touched it last, at least from the looks of it. Nice, he's going to stay with De Anza. McDowell capped the hand off of it, so good awareness for him. There's Thomas on the inbound to Thacker. Minutes now turn to seconds, half a minute left in the first half. 30 seconds on the game clock. Gio Bravelli trying to motion left. They'll go to the corner. Thomas trying to work inside. Goes up for the one-hand release, able to get it. Solid shot there by Makai Thomas. 13 seconds left. San Mateo looking to put up the last shot. Game clock's down to 7. Pass inside. The Tran now. Jeremy Piero chucking up at the buzzer and banks it in. Jeremy Piero, what a shot, sir. And you talk about a guy that's been lighting it up from 3 tonight. He closes out the first half with a big 3. look back at that shot one more time, you can just see he rushed it and he caught the bank, which is usually closed this time at night on Fridays. But, hey, he's getting his money tonight. Jeremy Piero showing that he is trying to lead the Bulldogs down the stretch, trying to help them get to the playoffs. But what Oh, well, what a battle that we have had so far here in Cupertino as we enter the halftime break with San Mateo up 41-29 on the Anza Mountain Lions. And this game is going to be pretty interesting as we will go into the second half after the 15-minute intermission. But we want to thank you for tuning in to NorCal Sports TV. Tonight's coverage of 3C2A men's basketball. We're going to take a break ourselves. This is Philip Hall on the call. We'll be back here in Cupertino after the halftime break.
Out of my mom's kids, I'm the first to graduate college. Now I got my godsons talking about like, oh, I'm gonna get a master's and I'm gonna get this. I want to set the example of, you know, that anybody can make a change. Education is important and that they should pursue education. And also for other, you know, kids that are maybe in the crowd that have family members like me, or maybe they grew up the way that I grew up, and just show them that, hey, you know, we can all do this. This is not just for a specific demographic. Everybody's welcome at school.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209, or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
I chose this school because of the tops and transfers.
One of the main reasons was because of the transfer rate. Another reason is because it's a community college, and the first 2 years for high school students were free because of the Promise program, so that was an incentive for sure.
The Anza consistently maintains high rates of transfer due to a combination of factors. First is due to our comprehensive transfer support and services. The Anza has a robust transfer center with dedicated and experienced transfer counselor who assists students throughout the entire transfer process, from helping them understand the transfer requirement to helping them successfully submit their application. We also offer workshops throughout the entire academic year to ensure that students learn more about the transfer requirements and meet all the necessary deadlines in a timely manner.
I believe that having the high rate of transfer students from De Anza College to SJSU shows the preparation that the counselors have done with their students, not only in helping them out in figuring out which major is best for them, but also letting them know the type of transfer process that they're going to be going through.
I play cornerback, that's on defense, but I chose De Anza, well, because I hear they have a good academics program. The sports is cool and whatever, but I was more worried about the academics, what's going to get me farther. So De Anza was just the best option for me.
De Anza has really strong academic programs to support students. We offer a lot of certificates, degrees, as well as classes that align with the transfer pathway to four-year institutions.
Community college definitely allows me to figure out the different routes that I want to go, explore different colleges, different majors.
We also host the transfer fair every year, which attracts a lot of students coming, and we were able to get many universities come to De Anza to share those information with the students.
I think this is a really cool experience to just get knowledge of all these cool colleges. There's so many.
My mom and I did some extensive research, found out a few things, that De Anza College's slogan of top in transfers, because their matriculation or transfer rate from De Anza is high. Students from De Anza transferred to great colleges such as UC Irvine, UCLA, and my college right now, UC Berkeley.
mom's kids, I'm the first to graduate college. Now I got my godsons talking about like, oh, I'm gonna get a master's and I'm gonna get this. I want to set the example of, you know, that anybody can make a change. Education is important and that they should pursue education. And also for other, you know, kids that are maybe in the crowd that have family members like me, or maybe they grew up the way that I grew up, and just show them that, hey, you know, we can all do this. This is not just for a specific demographic. Everybody's welcome at school.
3C2A men's basketball coverage continues here on NorCal Sports TV as we return back here to Cupertino, California. About to get ready for the second half between San Mateo and Anza, where the Bulldogs of San Mateo lead 41-29 over the Mountain Lions after they had a barrage of three-point shots made in the first half. As hello again, everybody. It's Philip Hall on the call with you on this Friday evening. But just talking about that first half that San Mateo had, they were led primarily by Jeremy Piero, who hit 5 threes and totaled up for 19 points, helping the Bulldogs lead the charge, including a buzzer-beating three-point shot to end out the first half. But the one thing to note about San Mateo tonight, as a team, they have made 8 three-pointers against the Anza defense. But one thing to note, and credit to my producer Levi Flores for pointing this out, when making 8 threes in a game, the Bulldogs are 7-1 when it comes to how many wins they've accumulated when they made more than 8 from behind the arc this season. But the most that they've made coming by way of a loss in a game where they had 11, where they did shoot over 8 three-pointers, was against Santa Rosa, where that game ended in a 100-76 final with the Bear Cubs winning in that matchup. So San Mateo, as a squad, when shooting from 3, they find a way to win, and they find a way to have those quality points, because when they're playing on the road, they shoot 40.5% from 3 as a team. Just incredible metrics. And even, you know, if you're a mathematician, you may look at these numbers, especially when they don't add up, especially when you think about a team that shoots 33.8% in total from behind the arc. So San Mateo tonight are doing just about everything right. But on the other hand, for Anza, you know, they had a bit of a rocky first half where Theo McDowell did lead with 8 points. So he's been trying to help keep the offense at a level. But the Mountain Lions are going to have to do a little bit more to go up against this Bulldogs team, who are surprisingly shooting very well from deep tonight. As we return back from the halftime break with Anza getting the ball first. They're having to work with a 12-point deficit that they're hoping to break, just knowing that there's some playoff implications at stake in this game, as DeMarcus Collins coming up with the steal, and he's able to finish on the fast break, doing the grab and dash, getting San Mateo their first points of the half. The Mountain Lions going to have to do it again on the offense. Makai Thomas. And hand it off over to Cisse. He'll work inside, and his shot not able to go off the iron. And but watch out for Jeremy Piero if you're Anza. He has been on tonight. He's going to pass over to Wilson Tran, but it's stolen. Makai Thomas trying to take it to the hole, and he does successfully against Wilson Tran. He beats him on the one-on-one. And Makai Thomas is also somebody that's looking to try to continue his offensive push. Collins, the pass inside. And hit Keyshawn Johnson, matching up with McDowell. Collins again to Johnson. Try to go for the jumper. Couldn't hit it. Theo McDowell on the boards. Now here comes Caden Tanger. Trying to take it to the rack. Couldn't do it. Off the mark. Now it's Tran bouncing it off to Piero. And it's going to be an and one finish on the fast break. Jeremy Piero is continuing to keep it going. You look back at that play, he was in the carpool lane there with Wilson Tran. And they're able to make a clean getaway, so now he'll be at the line for a three-point play. And we talk about where this team was last year. They weren't really in the best spot, but Mike Marcial has, I'm sure, been proud of the turnaround that his young core of Bulldogs have provided in putting together a winning season as San Mateo trying to make it back to the playoffs in the NorCal Regionals. They could be in that discussion come the last week of February. Nakai Thomas fakes on the shot from the high post. Now the bounce off to Tanger, who puts it up for the deuce. De Anza trying to break out his double-digit deficit. Liang passing out to Collins, who jacks it up and knocks it down from deep. The Bulldogs are eating tonight from behind the arc. Pass gets away and goes right into the hands of Joe Pertisevich. And DeMarcus Collins coming out with fire in his eyes to begin this second half. Yeah, but a costly turnover for the Mountain Lions does not help, but them trying to cut into this deficit. Now down by 16. There's Tran matching up with Cisse. Almost lost it, but recovers. Piero on the wing, trying to look for free hands and trying to find an opening for a shot. He'll take the shot, and he'll put it up. Jeremy Piero. This kid's got some game, folks. Thomas, the step back, left hand release. Off the mark, off the tip of the iron. Deshaun Johnson up with the board. Liang to Collins. Now it's Johnson. Swings it. Knocking it down. Once again, Vin Liang hits another triple for San Mateo as they continue to show that they're going to get their money tonight on trying to make the clean breakaway, trying to pick up a crucial win. Timeout gets called on the floor, but the Bulldogs extend their lead now up to 21 here in the second half. So another three ball goes for the Bulldogs, courtesy of Ben Liang, making it a 54-33 lead now for San Mateo. They are getting close to running away with their fifth conference win on the year, trying to break out of a fourth-place tie in the Coast North. And, you know, just talking about what breaking out of the tie would mean for San Mateo if the score does hold. You know, as we start to talk a lot more about what the NorCal Regional Playoffs will look like, you know, we just think about where San Mateo could possibly be seated. As you think about how stacked the NorCal Regionals has been this season, especially when you think about the Coast North itself, there's going to be a few number of teams going to be making it into that top 24 when the seedings are finalized. Theo McDowell trying to work from the baseline, gets trapped in, has to go out to Villanueva. Villanueva's pass gets deflected, but will stay on this side with De Anza. because the for sure teams that make the playoffs in the NorCal Regionals, we look at San Francisco, Las Positas, Santa Rosa, Modesto, Columbia, being some of those teams in the conversation, as Theo McDowell missing the floater on the turnaround there. And Marcus Collins trying to take it downhill, and he's going to get the deuce to fall. Marcus Collins continuing to stay on a burner here. Yeah, but San Francisco, Las Positas are the surefire top seeds for NorCal Regionals, and even teams like Columbia just been dominating in the Central Valley. They're in that conversation. And one of the more deeper conferences, Makai Thomas missing the three off the back heel. The conference that could be sending the most teams in the NorCal Regionals could be the Big Eight. Another three-point shot falling for San Mateo. There's another timeout will be taken. See Ben Liang setting up from the corner that time, able to get it to fall down. I'll remind folks about the Youth Development League in the NorCal Regionals, something to look out for. The Spring League, as you can sign up your K through 11th grader to be able to participate. You can find all the information online at norcalsportstv.com/YDL. Definitely a great opportunity to get on the court, get your reps in for your kids, and definitely participate in what NorCal Sports TV has to offer when it comes to events that we host outside from our broadcast. And also a reminder, make sure to follow NorCal Sports TV on all socials. Subscribe here to the YouTube channel if you're tuning into the game tonight. You also like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at NorCal Sports TV. Definitely make sure to keep up what's going to be happening down the stretch, as we will possibly be having some playoff action. Be on the lookout for that. Chabot, could be one of those teams to find themselves in the picture if they get home court. But touching a little bit back on a conference like the Big Eight, you talk about a conference with 4 20-plus win teams from Santa Rosa, Sierra, Cosumnes River, and Modesto who are going to be in that conversation. So the Big Eight could be the top representative when you come to seeding in the NorCal Regionals, as those top 4 teams have been having excellent seasons. And then think about what's happening here in the Bay Area with teams like San Jose City, who have been the talk of the Coast South. Isaac Cisse finishing for the and one basket. He'll go to the line for free throws. And even West Valley looking to make a return back to regionals. They have a strong winning percentage. Then even you think about Cabrillo, as we talk about teams in the Coast South who have been, consistent playoff favorites. Ben Liang trying to break that two-man trap out near midcourt. He does. Trying to work inside, but there's a foul down low. That's going to allow Keyshawn Johnson to go to the line for 2 shots. He got the pass off from Alessio Blythe and then tried to work his way in, but got forced in to try to put it up. Instead, they say that foul's on the floor, so no need for free throws. San Mateo is going to set up on the inbound play. DeMarcus Collins going to look to do it. He's going to hit Liang, who knocks down another. Ben Liang, he's the one that's got the hot hand from 3 here in the second half. Already making 3 3-pointers in the half alone. So it seems like it's like if you transfer superpowers from one person to another, and that's what Jeremy Piero is doing for his squad. Is DeMarcus Collins is going to put one up, and San Mateo are just not stopping at all from landing the shots from downtown. Yeah, they've been shooting it from San Mateo for the majority of this game. Dominic Diaz, he'll get a shot back. The long 2. Foul in transition. to slow things down as Paula is going to be booked. He's off the charger for De Anza, and it looks like Mike Marcial is going to clear some of his bench as well. Yeah, but this next week and a half is going to be very interesting when you think about teams still trying to stay in that fight for the top 24 spots in the NorCal Regionals. But it's set to be a very exciting playoffs for regionals. And then, you touch on what's going down in the Southland and the part of the state, the southern part with San Bernardino Valley, leading the Inland Empire Athletic and Fullerton, who are the top-ranked team in the state at number 1, 25-1 overall. There's one spot above City College of San Francisco. So Fullerton and CCSF could be favorites to try to go after state. There's Blythe with the shot clock down to single digits. Ben Liang trying to chuck up another one, not able to hit. The foul on the rebound attempt. Paula tried to go for it, but Joseph Smith Mitchell was booked. Yeah, but it makes you think a lot about, for the teams that are on bubble watch for NorCal Regionals, what could be the factor for them to break into that a spot? Because even if you have a below 500 overall record, it doesn't, deter you from possibly getting at least into the first round. You may not get the first round bye, but at least you'll be able to dance. As you talk about strength of schedule, maybe even like resume wins you accumulated. Look back at the foul again, Joseph Smith Mitchell. Fouling on the rebound attempts. Yeah, but does strength of schedule or a top 25 win, which if we're talking Division I basketball could be called a quad 1 win, does that help you get into the show? Dominic Diaz going to answer that one from deep. Collins able to get the pass away before he almost got stripped. Eshawn Johnson matching up with Makai Thomas at the logo. Now it's back to Collins. They'll find Alicio Blythe. Not able to hit the triple. Going to go out of bounds, so it's going to go back to De Anza just like that. Makai Thomas going downhill with it. It's going to be a blocking foul. Left on Blythe. So we'll give Makai Thomas an opportunity to go to the free throw line here. Touch a little bit on the schedule coming up for De Anza, as after tonight they will have 2 games remaining in the regular season with a big matchup coming up on Wednesday night out in Hayward, where they're going to see the number 22nd ranked team in the state in the Chabot Gladiators, which could be De Anza's last chance to possibly make it to the playoffs, as a win against the Gladiators can really make or break their chances. But Chabot, they have been a little bit on the skid in their last few matchups. They've lost 2 in a row and have lost 5 out of their last 10. Yeah, but that could be the final chance for De Anza to try to add more to their improving season as a rebuilding program. I'm sure Joe Particevich would love a shot to at least say that he was able to get a team that had to take a year on hiatus a couple of years back to the big dance. Joseph Smith Mitchell getting that one to go on the putback as a timeout will be taken where that allows us to take a break here on NorCal Sports TV with San Mateo up 67-43, 11:30 left to go here in Cupertino.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209, or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
Turn here to Silicon Valley with San Mateo up 67-43, just running away from the Mountain Lions in this one. Over San Mateo, they have a tough battle coming up themselves on Wednesday, where they will head out to Livermore to face Las Positas, currently the second-place team in the Coast North. So San Mateo, even though they do find themselves in a comfortable position to still make the playoffs coming into tonight, a win against Las Positas could really seal the deal for them, especially if they're able to take care of Anza here in this one. Isaac Cisse getting the basket to go. Turnaround jumper. Now here's DeMarcus Collins bringing it back up for the Bulldogs. He gets double teamed, getting trapped right in front of his team's bench. Ball's loose and it's picked up by Blythe. It's going to be a backcourt violation anyway. Dominic Diaz diving on the floor for it, still showing some hustle. Gotta love it. Yeah, so 2 big games set to take place next Wednesday for both of these teams. Of course, Anza will face Chabot, who are ranked. San Mateo will face Las Positas, who are also ranked. Makai Thomas with the and one finish with the right hand. He'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity. Makai Thomas still shows big effort for his squad. And talking with Joe Particevich in the last game, Makai Thomas is getting some interest to play at a 4-year next year. Of course, he's going to be one of the 4 departing sophomores at the conclusion of this year for Anza. But the kind of player he is, he definitely does have the skill set to play at the next level. That's really the beauty of what JUCO Hoops does provide for guys like him. Is there's a traveling call. San Mateo is going to go back to the Mountain Lions. Yeah, but you think about a kid that may have not gotten too many looks coming out of high school and having to go the JUCO route. You don't see it as a setback, but you do see it as an opportunity to grow your game, to play as many minutes as you can, to not have too many restrictions on how often you get to practice compared to if you had to start at a 4-year school and ride the bench for the first 2 years. Dominic Diaz letting it go from the corner, not able to hit. Deshaun Johnson on the boards. DeMarcus Collins trying to conduct the offense. He'll give it off over to Piero. Bounce pass inside to Johnson. Trying to work his way to the hole, and he will successfully. Keyshawn Johnson adding on another one. 3 ball coming from Cisse off the mark. And there were 4 Bulldogs down there in the paint. Collins with the handoff to Piero. He's had the hot hand tonight. Almost got stripped by Thomas. And he loses it again. Thomas diving on it, can't grasp it firmly. San Mateo trying to complete the possession. Will they? No, they can't. Air ball on the 3-point attempt from Damon Young, who re-enters the game. Thomas, step back, southpaw release. No good, but Cisse there for the second chance and gets it on the reload. Timeout will be taken. Gonna talk things over, but the hustle plays continue to show up for De Anza. So we're gonna take another break here on NorCal Sports TV.
Whether you're taking Highway 49, Highway 99, coming from anywhere in the 209 or much, much further, take a drive up Highway 108 to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's a 5-day overnight summer basketball camp in the Sierra foothills of Sonora. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, where we keep it 100.
So knowing that this game between these two matchups, or excuse me, between these two teams started out with these two teams being in a tie for fourth place, it could look like that San Mateo could break out of that tie tonight. And when you look at how stacked the Coast North has been this year, the team that finishes in fourth could be in the 24, the field of 24 for the NorCal Regionals. I'm sure the Bulldogs would love to have that be the case, just knowing that they were way far from being a postseason team last year. But to say that you made it in, especially having a big turnaround year where you were able to stack up on the wins, Mike Marcial gonna hope to do that. San Mateo returning back from the timeout break. There's Wilson Tran working from the corner. He's double teamed. He's gonna need some help. Goes for the long pass. The Collins, but they're able to work inside and able to put it up. Ben Liang. Gio Bravelli outside and coming into the game now. Moses Kim can't knock the three. Collins over to Piero. Works around the defense. Going for the teardrop. Not able to get it to go, but he was fouled on the shot, so he'll go to the line for some tax-free points the hard way. Just a reminder, folks, hey, tax season is coming up, so make sure you got your forms in. I was lucky enough to get my forms in last night, so hopefully I get a nice little refund on the return. Here's Piero, who has been having an excellent performance for the Bulldogs tonight at the line for 2 free throws. He'll get the first one to go. The story about Mike Marcial, when he got hired by College of San Mateo to be the new head coach for the men's basketball team, it was after the Bulldogs went on a 36-year hiatus without fielding a men's program, or men's team, I should say. But in the program's first season back, Marcial did lead San Mateo to a 14-14 overall record and a third-place finish in the Coast North. And they also had an appearance in the NorCal Regionals that season. We talk about a program that's making the long road back. Right now they do find themselves in a position to be able to get that playoff taste. Still be one of those teams to try to go for state. The and one finish by Ben Liang, so he will go to the charity stripe for a three-point play in his own right. Ben Liang has been having himself a solid half, knocking down some threes, adding on to the three-point montage that the Bulldogs have continued to showcase here in Cupertino tonight. Misses the free throw. Found grabbed by Caden Tanger. Probably at the moment of the game where Joe Participich does go deep into his bench, and wouldn't be surprised if Mike Marcial does the same, just knowing that Bulldogs have the game in hand. And Joseph Smith-Mitchell falling to the ground and grabbing at his knee. Not a good sign. Did take a bit of a hard fall, so They'll run back the play as you can see he was trying to defend against Tanger and like he tweaked it going down. And get checked on the trainers by now, but we're going to take a commercial break for injury timeout.
I chose this school because of like the top 10 transfers.
One of the main reasons was because of the transfer rate. Another reason is because it's a community college and the first 2 years for high school students were free because of the promise program. So that was an incentive for sure.
The Anza consistently maintains high rates of transfer due to a combination of factors. First is due to our comprehensive transfer support and services. The Anza has a robust transfer center with dedicated and experienced transfer counselor who assists students throughout the entire transfer process, from helping them understand the transfer requirement to helping them successfully submit their application. We also offer workshops throughout the entire academic year to ensure that students learn more about the transfer requirements and meet all the necessary deadlines in a timely manner.
I believe that having the high rate of transfer students from Anza College to SJSU shows the preparation that the counselors have done with their students, not only in helping them out in figuring out which major is best for them, but also letting them know the type of transfer process that they're going to be going through.
I play cornerback, that's on defense, but I chose Anza, well, because I hear they have a good academics program. The sports is cool and whatever, but I was more worried about the academics, like what's going to get me farther. So Anza was just the best option for me.
The Anza has really strong academic programs to support students. We offer.
So returning here to Cupertino with an injury timeout as Joseph Smith Mitchell, the freshman forward from San Francisco by way of George Washington High School, will have to leave the game as he was helped up off the floor by head coach Mike Marciol and the trainer that we have on hand this evening. Yeah, just a bit of a tough scene to watch as he was defending Caden Tanger, who was driving baseline. Then I guess he made contact with what looked like his right knee. So Joseph Smith Mitchell getting checked out over at the trainer's table. But we do return to play with San Mateo up 75-49 with 7:55 left to go. And so Keyshawn Johnson back into the game. So the starting five for the Bulldogs is on the floor, especially with the team being up big. Yeah, but it's just been a frustrating game for Anza in this one. Gio Bravelli, who did get fouled, will go to the charity stripe. One thing to know about Gio Bravelli, he is the top free throw shooter in the Coast North, shoots over 90% from the charity stripe, so he's not a man that likes to leave money on the floor. Makes the 1 of 1. He will go 2 for 2. So one thing we haven't really seen a lot tonight, not too many free throw opportunities have been given. There's a foul at midcourt. I think Joe Participant kind of knew it. You see his reaction from the bench. So 17 fouls are even for both sides here, so that will put San Mateo and Anza in the bonus the rest of the way. So going to the line for the Bulldogs here will be Ben Liang. Ben Liang misses the 1 of 1. Moses Kim on the rebound. He'll give it to Gio Bravelli. Back in transition. He'll pull up the 3. He can't answer. Solid rebound there by Wilson Tran. Here comes San Mateo. Back on offense. Liang trying to work inside. He gets booked with jaywalking. San Mateo's point outcome, hitting 75 points this evening. It's the most points scored in a conference matchup this year, where they actually scored 75 in a loss against Anza And then if you were tuned in back on January 9th when Zion Jurgen hit the game winner for Chabot, that was a game where San Mateo also finished with 75, but it came on the losing end. So, their luck is turned around here. And this one where scoring 75 actually works in favor for the Bulldogs. Back at the play here. That pass off to Liang. Tanger trying to defend him up, but couldn't do it successfully, so that will send Ben Liang back to the line. He'll get the 1 of 1 to go. Yeah, but you talk about 75-point outcome. Now make it a 76-point outcome for San Mateo. This time is on the other end, but the defense has showed up for them tonight. And credit that to the paint presence being played by Keyshawn Johnson, as De Anza are a team that do tend to struggle when it comes to trying to grasp the rebounds on the defensive end. Jeremy Piero missing the 3 ball from outside. What do you think about the matchups that De Anza have had to have in their last couple of games, especially when you go back to Wednesday night against Ohlone? Ohlone being one of the best rebounding teams historically over the last 5 years in the state. They definitely were able to have a presence when it came to the post play. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will go to the Mountain Lions. Makai Thomas going to bring it up for De Anza and decide to use that pick set up by Cisse. Now it's Theo McDowell trying to look for help. He'll give it off to Tanger. Tanger pulling up for the mid-range from the high post. Way short off the end of the rim, but there was a foul. That's going to send Keyshawn Johnson to the free throw line to see if he can add on to his totals. Now 19 fouls accumulated for De Anza. Substitution will be made here as for the first time tonight, checking in for San Mateo will be number 30. That's J.P. Ozumba. J.P. Ozumba checking into the game. Freshman from Redwood City, where he went to Sequoia High School. Moses Kim will return off the charger for De Anza. Substitution for Caden Tanger. And Makai Thomas pulling up from the elbow, and he gets the friendly bounce for the deuce. He's going to bring a full court trap on Piero. Piero able to get the pass off to Liang. Swinging outside, getting his first touch was a Zumba. Keyshawn Johnson over to Liang. Couldn't find the opening. Shot clock is at 7. Now it's Piero. Oh, gets blocked from behind by Thomas. Actually, no, they say that was a foul. Looked like Thomas did have all ball. He does disagree with the call. We'll run the replay back for you so you can see it for yourself at home. And, yeah, it did look like Thomas did have a clean look, but the referees say otherwise. Now called a technical on Makai Thomas. He must have said something after the fact. So Piero will get the free throw to go. Jeremy Piero, with the performance that he has put up tonight, he surpassed his 24-point season-high performance that he had against Coalinga, where he shot 8 of 13 from the field, including making 3 three-pointers. But remember, in the first half, He finished the half with 5 alone. Piero having another career night. Think about the talent that he has. He's a departing sophomore this year for the Bulldogs, so he'll look to play at the next level. And Ben Liang beating the buzzer on the shot clock for 3. He's having himself a night as well. Yeah, be an offensive foul. Instead, it'll be just a turnover. Marcus Collins, top of the key. You have Theo McDowell on him. Behind the back with the crossovers. Now here's Liang. A little bit crosses to his left. A turnaround jumper over Bravelli, not able to hit. There's Gio Bravelli trying to do it himself. Try to go for the jumper on the runner. Bravelli taking a few swats at Collins, but he gets fouled. Bit of a questionable decision by Gio Bravelli. Not sure what he was trying to do there on defense. I'll send Marcus Collins to the line. 4:18 left to go. San Mateo with a 30-point advantage. They have definitely made De Anza pay tonight, especially for what De Anza did to them a few weeks ago when De Anza went into San Mateo's territory to upset them when San Mateo were in the top 25 ranks. But that upset win looks like something from a bygone era at this point by the way the score looks tonight. The Bulldogs have came in and provided big payback on the Mountain Lions. Kenny Vo will check in, so will Brian Chow for De Anza as we're entering the final stretch here tonight in Cupertino. 4 minutes left to go in the second half. Noe Apala steps out of bounds. Put too much foot on the sideline there, so go back to the Bulldogs. Alicio Blythe trying to answer from deep, goes in and out. San Mateo taking care of business here against De Anza. They do have bigger fish to fry coming up next Wednesday when they see Las Positas. They have won 4 straight and are 9-1 their last 10. So Las Positas continuing to stay hot as they'll close out the regular season, and they're even still trying to chase the outright Coast North title against San Francisco. San Francisco's going to be one of those teams to look out for come playoff time, as they have won 13 straight, and just knowing what's going on with the Rams right now, they going to be out to try to repeat as 3C 2A state champions. Yeah, but De Anza's going to have to change their focus to Wednesday, knowing that Chabot is one of those teams that they will need to beat to still try to stay in the NorCal regional conversation. Shot clock is at 8. Blythe trying to go for another three-point attempt. Can't hit it. And the shot clock winding down too there. And for the next basket that San Mateo will make, it'll be the 3rd highest scoring game this season for the Bulldogs. At the line for free throws, checking in is Jaden McLean. He will get to see the floor for the first time tonight. Freshman forward out of Concord. Went to Clayton Valley High School. A solid high school program out in the East Bay. He goes 0 for 2 at the line. Yeah, San Mateo opened up the season against Orange Coast in non-conference play, winning 94-71. That was their season high in points scored in a win. Caden Thacker will have a chance to go to the charity stripe himself. Then, their seventh game on the year. They beat Coalinga. That was a 93-57 result. And then Shasta, when they beat them, second game of the season, they won 86-64. So another basket for San Mateo will make this their third highest scoring game for this year. And you talk about having productive offense at this point in the season where, your body tends to wear down, but you know that you have a shot to get that extra play in playoff mode. San Mateo is going to hope to be in that, and based on this performance tonight and what they will hope to do against Las Positas, they put themselves in a solid position. But it's better to either start the season struggling but finish the season strong on a hot streak, especially when you have everything going right for your squad. And for Mike Marcial, he's gotten everything going right for his squad, fair to say. Now it's Christian Williams going to take a crack at getting some free throws, and he will get the first one. So just under 2.5 left to go. San Mateo will be in line for win number 17 on the year, and their conference record will go to 5-7, which will break them out of the fourth place tie with De Anza and Kenyatta. Whereas vying a loss or a win tonight for Kenyatta. Kenny Vo trying to pass it off to Kim. Kim pulling up from the baseline, but bounces twice off the iron and won't be able to get that friendly bounce. There's Marcus Bracey, number 12, now in the game. So Marcial has brought on the majority of his bench, resting his starters as they have done their job tonight. The only starter out there is Ben Liang, so he's running with the second unit. There's Kim on the turnaround, able to get the two. Moses Kim, freshman, 6'7" forward from San Jose out of Pioneer High School. He'll hope to return to De Anza and find more playing time come next year. Comes up with the steal. Thacker over to Apala. Now it's back to Thacker, who chucks it up. Not able to land the three, way off the mark. So 30-point margin looks like could happen with just over a minute left for San Mateo. And Liang going to pass it off over to Bracey, who took the three-point shot but not able to hit it. So minutes will now turn to seconds. Oh, the San Mateo Bulldogs continue to show why they deserve to be in that NorCal regional bracket. A team that has seen major improvement as they started out the season on a hot streak, getting themselves in the top 25. And even when they hit conference play, even having a few bumps in the road, it hasn't affected their chances of still trying to fight for a shot to represent the NorCal Regional and the state tournament. Missing the free throws, J.P. Ozumba. Talking with Benny Murray, the assistant coach for San Mateo before the game, said the mission for the guys was taking it one game at a time. They know that with the final 3, now 2 games remaining in the regular season, they know that a trip to the playoffs is on the line for a program that making the long road back. Kenny Vogt trying to add on to the toes. Brian Chow trying to go to the hole, but was fouled inside. Brian Chow, freshman from right here in Cupertino, went to Homestead High School. Going to be at the free throw line. It's going to be the last go for the Mountain Lions tonight. Joe Participant, he's got a young squad. He's going to look to come back next year, but hopefully try to come back strong against Chabot come Wednesday. For San Mateo, they come out big tonight, lighting fire to the nylon in a big way. As the buzzer will sound, and that will conclude things here in Cupertino. But the San Mateo Bulldogs coming out on top in a big way, winning 87-59 over the De Anza Mountain Lions. And with this win, this breaks San Mateo out of the fourth place tie in the Coast North, putting them at 17-9 overall and 5-7 in conference play. But for the Mountain Lions, they now fall to 10-16 overall and 4-8 in the Coast North. But this now puts the Mountain Lions in quite a predicament going into Wednesday when they will see Chabot and Hayward. So they're going to hope to bounce back in a big road matchup against a top 25 3C 2A squad that are hungry to fight their way into the playoffs as well, being in third place in the Coast North. San Mateo, they came out in a big way tonight with a strong performance by Jeremy Piero, who surpasses his season high in the points column and was just launching it and landing it from three all across the court. Mike Marcial, with big win in his 8th year as the San Mateo head coach, is looking to eye for a shot to help send his team to the playoffs. But that's going to wrap things up here tonight in Cupertino. Again, the final score, 87 San Mateo, De Anza 59. As we want to thank you for tuning in to tonight's coverage of 3C 2A men's basketball here on NorCal Sports TV, as we'll be back here hopefully for some playoff action. But if not, make sure to keep on the lookout for the matchup set to come, as 2 games remain in the 3C 2A schedule in the NorCal Regionals, as we will have coverage of that Chabot De Anza game come Wednesday night, as it's set to be a good one, folks. We ask that you stay tuned in for it, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe here to NorCal Sports TV to be on the lookout for the final remaining games that we will have on hand, and also some playoff action set to come for the NorCal Regionals. But that's going to wrap things up. Thank you to my producer, Levi Flores, for the help and the notes for tonight. And thanks to our camera crew who held it down for the court. This is Philip Hall on the call saying so long and good night from Cupertino.